The liver is the organ that supports all organs, the workhorse of the metabolic system. It has over 500 vital functions in the body, so it would seem that it's pretty important to keep this organ system functioning properly. Let me share with you some amazing tips on how you can cleanse and detox your liver. Hey Wellness Warriors, I'm Dr. Zyrowski, and I started my holistic health practice in order to help you take control of your health naturally, because true health only comes naturally. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, and share with me your thoughts in the comment section below. When I work with patients, I know that in order to get them well, I have to optimize liver function. And one of those 500 vital tasks that the liver has in the body is actually removing toxins from the bloodstream. Now that seems like quite the feat considering the toxic environment that we live in, from the chemicals in our home to the food that we're eating. And it is really surprising to me how many people come to me and they have symptoms of a sluggish liver and they don't even know it. Some of these symptoms of poor liver function include, but they're certainly not limited to, problems like poor digestion. If you have indigestion, if you have gas, if you have bloating, this could all be related back to the liver. Hormonal imbalances, because the liver actually breaks down hormones that you don't need in your body anymore and gets rid of them. Also skin issues, so if you have rashes, eczema, dermatitis. You're also going to see problems like weight gain, because, or let's say the inability to lose weight, because as I mentioned before, the liver is the workhorse of the metabolic system. If you have a poor functioning liver, you have a poor functioning metabolism. Now, the other things that we have to look for are problems like cravings, okay? Do you have a lot of cravings all the time? Or maybe fatigue, dark circles under your eye, you're tired all the time, you also are having issues where you don't sleep at night. These are all problems. And then I also want to mention gallbladder, because a lot of people don't realize that the liver and the gallbladder are very closely connected. In fact, they're stacked right on top of one another. And if the liver isn't working as it should, the gallbladder won't. And many people, I mean, think of how many people are getting their gallbladder removed today. And these same concepts that work for improving liver health are also going to help you improve your gallbladder health. And the last one I want to mention is brain fog. This is another big one a lot of people face today. All these symptoms can arise far before negative biomarkers present on a lab test. I had this one lady who came to see me, and she had just went to her doctors because she wasn't feeling well. They ran all these different lab tests. I mean, they ran everything. And they got them all back and they said, ma'am, nothing to see here. Everything looks really good and clear. Now, she knew that there was something wrong because she didn't feel well, and that's the reason she went to the doctors in the first place. When she came to see me, I could see that the symptoms are highly associated with a liver that's not functioning properly. So this is an important takeaway here, that you may have a lot of symptoms that present, but they're just not to a point where they're showing up with negative readings on a lab test. But then the question becomes, all right, well, what do we do about this? How do we fix this liver? How do we cleanse it? How do we detox it? And the answers will lie here. But first, let's start with the low-hanging fruit, okay? The low-hanging fruit is going to be removing the source of the liver toxicity in the first place. The first thing that we must do is remove toxic foods from our diet. We're thinking processed foods, sugar-filled foods and drinks. We're thinking hydrogenated oils, fast foods, refined grains, excessive alcohol use. We also want to make sure that we're removing chemically filled fruits and vegetables from our diet, because they all play a tremendous toll in destroying the liver's normal function. So do a serious evaluation of your diet and your lifestyle and see if these are foods and beverages that you're consuming on a day-to-day basis. If I had to put a number to the amount of people that I think that consume these foods daily, like a percentage, I would say it's upwards of 98%. And remember, it's not what you do 10 to 20% of the time that will determine your health. It's what you're doing the 80 to 90% of the time on a day-to-day basis, those habits that are not good for you that will wreck your liver. And as we're going through this liver cleansing process and removing a lot of foods, some foods we do want to start consuming more will be some organic leafy greens, herbs. We also want to increase our intake of cruciferous vegetables, and even increasing your intake of coconut oil and apple cider vinegar will be really powerful as well. So that was the food aspect of cleansing your liver, but now let's talk about the toxic products that are in your home, because I bet the amount of toxic chemicals that are in your home is absolutely staggering. And if you think about our ancestors, they didn't have to deal with any of these. So what are these chemicals? Well, first of all, we can think of just beauty products. First of all, shampoos, conditioners, makeup, hairspray, hair gels, I mean, you name it, lotions. You're putting this stuff on your skin. Your skin is an organ, it's absorbing it. And guess what has to deal with it? That organ that's purifying toxins from your bloodstream. And so we have to make sure we're removing all of these types of products, the hand soaps, right? Then after that, we have to think beyond that. We have to think of the cleaning agents that you have in your home, all the chemicals. Not only are they hormone disruptors, but they are also cancer-causing agents. So we have to make sure cleaning products are healthy cleaning products that aren't loaded with 50 different chemicals that we can't even understand. Because as we get these on our skin, as we breathe them in, as we ingest these chemicals, our liver is struggling in a great way. Now that we focus on removing the source of the toxic exposure to the liver, let's go ahead and look to vital nutrients that can actually optimize liver function. These are nutrients that I always turn to when it comes to patient care because I know that it'll work. It's not a matter of hoping that these nutrients will work. It's well established in the literature that certain nutrients will optimize and help detox the liver naturally. Let me first tell you the nutrients that I use, and then I'll break down and explain each one. The first is going to be N-acetylcysteine, and then milk thistle, alpha-lipoic acid, and then selenium. These are going to be some of the core nutrients I go to for liver cleansing. And what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description to a formula that I use called Liver Assist that has all of these in it in clinically relevant doses. So that'll be in the description. Now let's go through each one of these nutrients, and I'm going to start with N-acetylcysteine. Now the NAC is very powerful for many reasons. I love it because it's an inexpensive amino acid that it just has an incredible impact on the body. It's a precursor to glutathione, which is the most powerful antioxidant in the body. And let me tell you, if glutathione is low, or maybe you're even completely depleted of glutathione, you're dead. So we need this glutathione in the body, and the N-acetylcysteine will help bring it up. Now, the other thing that N-acetylcysteine is good for, and very important for, is detoxification and also the antioxidant system. It's been research proven to protect the liver from hepatotoxic environmental pollutants and other potential toxins as well. The next nutrient that I mentioned was alpha-lipoic acid, and it's incredibly important for the liver. It helps reduce oxidative stress, inflammation. It helps increase the amount of glutathione, which is incredibly important for detoxification, as I mentioned. It helps regenerate antioxidants like vitamin C and vitamin E. Alpha-lipoic acid also plays a big and vital part of the mitochondrial system, so the energy system. And then the last important thing that it does is it helps boost your immune function, which is going to be a positive across the board, especially as so many people are getting sick from different viruses today. The next nutrient I'm going to break down is milk thistle seed extract. Try saying that 10 times really fast. Now this has a profound impact on the liver. It supports antioxidant activity. It helps neutralize toxins. I mean, what could be more important as we're trying to detox and cleanse the liver? It also helps protect the hepatocytes, the actual genetic material of the liver. It helps decrease inflammation. It promotes the production of glutathione. And if you're catching on by now, you can see how important glutathione is for this whole process of detoxification. And then lastly, it's going to help promote protein synthesis, which is actually going to help the liver regenerate new healthy cells, which is so powerful. Now, the other nutrient that I mentioned but haven't covered yet is selenium. And you may have heard of this one because selenium is widely known as a good nutrient for detoxification. And the reason for that is because it plays a vital role as a coenzyme in the glutathione detoxification process within the liver. It also helps decrease inflammation, it supports healthy liver cells, and just really supports the overall liver structure and health overall. Now, I hope a liver cleanse is in your future, and to learn more about the Liver Assist product that I use with my patients, click this link right here.